here we are today, guys. We are in our Cambridgeshire store, in our Cambridgeshire studio, and we're here with the legend himself, Mark Sturgess, one of our key PGA professionals and one of our head club fitters in the AFGolfStore business. And we're going to take a little talk. We're going to talk a little bit today, Mark, about your top 3 irons so far in 2023 that you've seen in the fitting studio that have performed, and the type of golfer that has maybe benefited from those irons. So what have we got here? You've given me the 3 heads.
I've given you the 3 that have been the most popular fitting wise for results, but also customer feedback. So I've given you the Taylormade P790, the Ping G430, and the Mizuno 923 HL, which is a great iron.
And 3 very, very different irons here straight away to look at.
Yeah, very different irons. You've got like a sort of inner cavity performance iron. You've got a really forgiving head in the G430, and you've got in the 923 HL, you've got forgiveness, but you've also got playability, and you've also got looks.
Okay, so let's look at these irons one by one. 790. Taylormade, we know it's a popular iron. We know that we do a lot of this in our build centre as well. What sort of player is going to benefit or has benefited from the 790 this year?
Well, this is an interesting question, because with the 790, I found players who play off 24 suits down to low single figure handicappers.
So this isn't, so this iron, you haven't fitted people in there based on their handicap?
I don't categorise this iron as a you're a 0 to 10, you're a 10 to 18. I put this in anyone's hands.
Okay.
I've had a guy off 1 hitting it. I mean, I use the 790 myself because I find it good looking iron, but forgiveness and performance distance wise.
So in terms of are you seeing excess ball speeds off of this?
A little bit more distance. It doesn't spin up as much as some irons, so it's important that we then find the right shaft for the customer. Okay. We're finding it's very forgiving, but as I said, to look down on, because of its sort of inner cavity, it looks clean.
Yeah,
and
looks
people
really
like
sharp.
that. Yeah, people like that, and that's been a winner for Taylormade. Obviously, they keep carrying on the 790 model, and it'll be interesting to see when that does go eventually, if they change it, because obviously it's a winner.
Okay, so that's iron number 1.
Yeah.
Iron number 2 is incredibly different to look at.
Yeah.
So almost the other end of the spectrum.
It is.
So Ping G430.
It is, and going back to what everyone says about now irons, they're so strong, that's why they go further. You can't just make an iron stronger because it will just go too low. So where you put the weight, how you distribute the weight, how you design it, and what metals and materials you use in the head makes a difference. Now, the G430 is so long because it's strong in the lofts, but it still goes so high. Now their pitching wedge now goes to 41 degrees, which when I started golf, a pitching wedge
was an 8 iron?
Well, yeah, that was about an 8 iron. But the thing is now, this still goes in the air very easily.
Yes, I think that's really important for the viewers at home to understand, is that we talk about this strong loss, but I think it's really important what you've just mentioned there, that as a fitter, it's great we can pretend that the new 7 iron goes longer because it's stronger in loft, but actually if we don't get the flight and the kind of ability to stop the ball on the green, then we've got no chance.
And what we're finding with this iron is it goes up in the air, it stays in the air, and it comes down at a good angle at the centre stop. Okay. So the lofts are working, but so is the trajectory for most golfers.
And you as a fitter, you use TrackMan, you use the data, you talk there a lot, and what I'm fascinated by, and when we've talked to all of our fitters, they talk about the customer and the player feedback being very, very critical part of the fitting process. What sort of descent angles are you seeing with this? Because it's strong, it's silly strong in loft, so what sort of descent angles, or land angles as you might say?
It's still coming down really, really quite sharply, and it varies in golfer and shaft. But what I would say is when we do the fitting, we find the perfect descent angles, but we find the perfect spin, perfect launch, and really, as I said, down to fitting, most people talk about, why should I get fit? Well, the difference is we've got so many shafts to put in that head.
Yes.
And if I had 100 golfers, they could all be different. So we need to fit it up perfectly, which is what we're here for on AF Golf. And what I like about working for AF Golf, we're independent. We don't push you into one area. We find what's best for you.
And that's why we've got 3 different brands.
Exactly, and these are the 3 that I've been fitting a lot with.
Okay, so let's move on to the 3rd and final head. Mizuno's Hot Metal, 923 Hot Metal HL.
Yeah.
So this is a new iron from Mizuno this year.
Yeah.
They've never done a HL product.
No. So you can see from the width of the sole here, what they've done is they've made the weight, the centre of gravity a lot lower, and the ball launches a lot higher.
And
this is a cheating stick, this golf club.
Okay.
It's a cheating stick, right? When I put this in someone's hands, they look at it and they instantly think, Mizuno, oh, forged head, oh, it can't be very forgiving. It is. It's very forgiving, but it's very powerful. And for the guys that want to get a bit more distance or struggle to launch it and get it going, that club there.
They've traditionally always talked about having traditional lofts,
yeah,
and that's kind of the Mizuno way. Over the last few years, they've made them stronger. What's this in terms of 7-iron loft?
This is 31.
Okay, so it's
stronger. It is stronger, but you know, again, you can get stronger and stronger, but you've got to start looking at, as again, the fitting. Lofts also are a part of fitting. We can make them stronger. We can make them weaker, depending on what the customer needs to get the right spin, to get the right launch. But as I said, the thing about this one, the ball speed that comes off the face is unbelievable. Okay. And then when we start putting some of our other shafts in, like our LA golf shafts, this is a winner.
So this maybe for a slower swing speed player is more beneficial?
Yeah, I've sold quite a few sets to guys that don't want to really go into too much of a forgiving iron look-wise, like the G430, who've been a bit of a player in the past, want to look down at it because it still looks clean from the top, but look down at it and in their golf bag they think, right, look at that, it's a Mizuno. Yeah? Now I always associate,
looks classic, right?
When I was a young assistant, my first 4 or 5 sets were Mizuno because they were all blades back in the day, and everyone loved the Mizuno. I'm saying nothing feels like a Mizuno, but that is a great looking golf club and performs. Again, TrackMan gives us the great data.
Perfect. So there we go, guys. There's Mark's top 3 irons so far in 2023. If you're looking for a club fitting, if you're looking for improvement in your irons, and you're in the Cambridgeshire area, there is no place better to come than the AF Golf Cambridge store and see the man, the legend himself, Mark Sturgess.